What do you think makes Khabib so talented at what he does? Like, what's different about him?
Khabib just has great static strength. A lot of those European wrestlers have that. I went to Russia and wrestled for a month, man, a world tour in wrestling. And their ability to grab, for people that may not know what the fuck static strength is, to grab something and squeeze it, that's your static strength. And how long you can hold that at that same pressure. So Ben Askren has crazy static strength. In college, he used to rear naked choke a soccer ball. We all touch his muscles to make sure he flexes. He can do it straight for 6-7 minutes nonstop. Everybody else was done in like 2 or 3 minutes, shaking the
like full power, like without
full power, no bullshit. Now, go on YouTube, you'll watch him busting fucking watermelons and like, you know what I mean? But I was his training partner for years.
Hey, watch out, Jake Paul. You're done once you get to the ground.
Hey, if you get into a clinch with him, it's over.
No, it's over with. And I felt it because when he came into college as a freshman, he didn't really have a lot of power, right? Mm-hmm. So I would be able to kind of muscle him around a little bit, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next year, literally 1 year later, I would lock up with a body lock with him. He would lock up with me, and then slammed each other. I slammed him, he slammed me. And I'm like, I was the big brother 2 days ago. And then one time we slammed each other and bust each other eye wide open. And we both got stitches. And then guess what? We bandaged up and we went right back in there. And people thought we was fucking crazy.
Oh, so you and Ben are close. You guys are close.
No, Ben was a fresh. Part of the reason why Ben went to the University of Missouri is because of me. No, I was one of the guys that put the school on the map. Yeah, it was me and my roommate were the guys that put the school on the map. I won the first Big 12 title ever in Mizzou's history. I was an All-American twice there. I did it my sophomore year. The other guy, my roommate, he was an NCAA finalist. Ben liked the program and he wanted to come there. And when Ben came there, I was a junior and he was a freshman. I've known Ben for a minute.
That's crazy.
Yo, you know what?
That is crazy, bro.
But I didn't answer your question. Khabib has that static strength. So he knows that. So he needs to do whatever he can to get close enough to grab you. Once he grabs you, he'll lock you. If he can't take you, he'll trip you. And once he gets you there, he has that heavy, dumpy power. And he's just relentless with pressure, relentless with position. And he's so many chess moves ahead because all they do is drill. That's why wrestlers pick up striking quickly because we drill so many times. It's not like, all right, come on, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, I got a coach. No, it's like 9,000 of these. If you don't want to do a single, sometimes we just be walking around the house and I start grabbing my sister's leg and start wrestling. And like, what the fuck you doing? Leave us alone. Like you ever see, you see a boxer's kind of shadow boxing.
Right.
Put that on overdose that times 20. Because we do so, like we start practice with, all right, 5 minutes straight, one fucking shot, no finish yet. Another shot with the finish. Now switch this to that one, not to that one. So when you get in those situations, you don't think. That's why you see wrestlers scramble and they're in those dimensions. And that's kind of that's the biggest advantage Ben has in the fight against Jake. I know we ain't on that topic yet, but
right.
It's not about who can fight and who can box. Like he's been swung at by so many world champion fighters.
Yeah.
And he's been on the world class, like Olympics, ONE FC, Bellator, NCAA. He's been at the top every time. And he's managed to be clutch in those positions. So
find a way.
Never count it out. Yeah, always. His whole wrestling style was on finding a way. He was slow and he was weak. And he wanted to get to the leg. And he'll tell you, that's my dog.
Yeah.
He said I was slow and I was weak. But I can grapple and I can scramble. And it wasn't a style yet. Him and my dog, Mike Ironman, created that scrambling style. It wasn't even people scramble, but the way Ben scrambled is an offense that breaks every fundamental rule of wrestling. Everything they tell you never to do, he did. So he developed that style on the whole notion that I'm going to take you down, I'm going to get to your leg, but you're stronger, you're faster than me. So every time I get to your leg, you're going to sprawl and squish my head down or put heavy hits on me. So he had to find a way to get around that. That's when he created scrambling. He put himself in a position that was completely unacceptable in any little league, any high school, any fundamental coach would never tell you to do it. So when you're in that bad spot, what does a person get? False sense of hope. Oh shit, this motherfucker on his back. Let me just jump on him. But when you go through, you took the bait. Soon this on you. Now you in a cradle, and now you getting taken down, and you're not prepared for it. You don't have that person in your room to spar with. So now you think you in shape. And you're like, damn, he in shape. He's better than me. I can't get my normal shit. What am I going to do? That mental, about the mental anxiety, that'll make him that's ready for a marathon can't do a 3K.
Mhm.
No,
No, yeah.
no, 1000%. Like that's why I try to tell everybody, like, if you don't got that under control, it don't matter how in shape you are, you're gonna get tired no matter what. And that's what I strive to do in the ring. You know, when a person, if I could feel them not liking this position, I'm gonna keep them there because they obviously just don't like it. You know what I mean? And I think that's something that a lot of fighters should try to do. At least I think. You know what I mean? With
well, you say it so easily. You know why? Because you can box in close. You can box out long. You can counter box. You can punch and weave with the punches. You can slip. You can make the person miss. Some people don't have that.
Right.
So they may land one good body shot, but they're not sufficient at body work.
Yeah.
They didn't put the money in the bank in the gym. So they may hurt them with that one shot, but they can't keep going there because they ain't ready. That's not in their repertoire. They got to get this uppercut or this left hook that's not open.
Because they practice like these certain type of combinations where they feel like they have to land. But I practice like one single punch, like kind of like wrestling, a single punch multiple times over and over and over again. So I could keep throwing the same punch with the same velocity. And I don't gotta, if it's landing, I'm not gonna really switch it up unless you could fix it. Like for example, you were telling me before we got on about how you throwing the right hand, right? With your fight with Vicente, and somebody was screaming out, he's gonna throw that overhand. That's all he's gonna throw. Yeah. I think at that moment,
I should have threw that. I should have stopped and said, hey, you're right. I'm about to throw it right now. Bow.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Just throw that haymaker and be like, stop it. Then, all right, I'm gonna throw. Stop it. Stop my shot. You know what I mean? I've obviously was cheering for you, but I was so excited because you was popping him with that right hand. Bink, bink. Bink, hurt him. His whole head was wobbly. I'm like, one more, baby, one more. And I was like, no.
I knew it was one more. I knew it was one more. I know that look when you trying to play it off. Like, nah, nigga, you hurt. I gotta get you hurt.
When the man does this, he's not doing bachata. He's gonna throw one haymaker. That's why I was like, no.
And I knew that because when I watched the tape on him, like I watched a lot of tape on him. When I watched the tape, he would get hit with hard shots, boom, boom, and he would tucker, and he would come back punching, right? And very few people hurt him. The people that hurt him, he wanted to cover longer. He was less likely to try to punch back. So when I hit him and he just stood there and I saw his hands kind of going, I saw his legs moving, I said, get on him. Because one thing that I did when I fought Robbie, it's this guy named Reed Kuhn. He's called Fightonomics. He's like an astronaut scientist. He would break down every step, every time he threw a jab, every time he turned this way, everything you can know about a person, he has it broken down to a science, that's right?
Too much for me.
So that's what I used to do. So basically I did that. And it told me that basically someone has been knocked out so many times, if you get on their chin fast and very hard, not the pushing punch, right? The quick turnover. You know what I mean? If you do that, your chances to knock them off triple earlier in the fight. He said also the way that Robbie faces is flat, right? So he's meant to tunker down. When you punch him straight on, his chin tucked back, he sinks into it. So when you watch his fight against Johnny Hendricks, it's like, dum, 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 dum. Oh, we love this. This is the greatest fight ever. It's fucking not. They're not blocking. They're not defending. They're not doing the sweet science, right or wrong.
You know, you're right. Right about that.